All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you back to our live stream tonight on Somerset Athletics. Thank you all for joining us via the YouTube Live. We have currently worked our way through the middle school. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but now it looks like we're moving on to the high school swim team. And they are led in stride by senior Charlie Wilson. Charlie is looking at multiple college offers for swim, looking to have a great season, a great competitive season, and carry this into a future college career. We're very proud of our swim team and wish them the best of luck this season.
All right, Jesse, I'm back. Hopefully we have some audio now. Have we already went through the wrestling team?
It looks like we're we're on the dance team.
Okay.
7th grader Ansley Pointer, 8th grade Lydia Patlin, 9th grade Molly Carroll, Chloe Earp, and Laylee Spencer, 10th grade Shakaya Newell, 11th grade Aja Carrender, Leah Downsey, Taylor Hansford, and the team manager Kaylee Watson, coached by Joni Cable and Taylor Hendricks.
And the dance team just won, I'm not sure what competition it was, but just a couple of weeks ago they were in a competition and came home with the win. So they're off to a very good season.
Coming up next, it looks like we're having the cheerleading squad. And what a historic team we have here. 8th grader Madeline Brooks.
Well, they're making their entrance by flipping in.
Coming in style. Freshman Hannah Noon and freshman Tori Brown. And what an appearance they are making. Coming up next, sophomores, 10th graders, we have Brooklyn Cooper, Savannah Fuson, Amy Midden, Kaya Stigall, and Kayla Candido. And man, there is nothing short of spectacular coming from these entries. I counted 4 flips right there. I don't know about you, but that's pretty impressive.
Well, there's no doubt why they did so well in their competition this weekend. I want to say, and I could be wrong, but I want to say that they came in second in game day, maybe?
Game day. And they also participate in a 2.5-minute routine, and I know that is something that is not taken lightly. Our cheer team gives their all in everything they do, and it's really awesome to see that work pay off.
Absolutely. And you know, cheerleading is a year-round sport. I mean, they are here in the summer, ready for football season as soon as school starts. You know, we're still going on in football, and basketball is starting, which is, you know, we're just lucky enough to have right now. The basketball season starting, they go until almost the end of the year, and then it's time for next year.
Absolutely. And moving on to our juniors, we have Audrey Kaiser, Addison Bradley, Whitney King, Lexi Stevens, Jalen Brown, Kylie Wilson, Macy Merrick, Malia Brinson, Kendall Fisher, Kelsey Dunn, and Izzy Todd. It looks like finally we'll wrap it up with the seniors. And man, what an emotional year it could be for all of us seniors. I know personally, as a person who just played soccer, it's an emotional time to come to an end, but there's nothing you take more pride in than representing your school.
Absolutely.
First up, we have senior Grace Thompson, then Jenna Combs, Michaela Blankenship, and Cameron Mathias.
All right, while you are still getting a look at the cheerleading team, Charlie Wilson, one of our senior swim team members, has just came up after he's been introduced. We're going to bring him on and talk to him about the swim season this year. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you all?
Good.
Well, Chuck, I mean, senior year at swimming, what kind of work goes into preparing for a season like this?
You know, there's a lot of work, practice every day after school, and even more work after that, getting in the gym, lifting weights, just getting your body ready for the swim season.
Yeah, so what event do you participate in a normal swim competition?
Usually, I participate in a lot of events, the 100 backstroke, 50 freestyle, 100 freestyle, and then there's some events that I'll participate in every once in a while, just for fun, really.
Absolutely. Well, Chuck, we hope to see you carry this swim season into something fantastic. Good luck on your senior year, and we appreciate you coming out tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Chuck. It looks like moving on now, we're on the girls basketball team. We've got number 33, Lucy Hott. Number 23, Eva Hines. Number 11, Maddie Cooper. Number 35, Sarah White. Justice Burstein, Catherine Horn, Number 4, Vivian France. Number 12, Sophie Barnes. Number 10, Tori Robertson. Number 13, Devin Hurt. Number 21, Serenity Haynes. Number 2, Candace White. And our seniors, our lone wolf this season, number 20, Tuva Brandberg. And Tuva, being a foreign exchange student, man, she's taking charge of a program that she hasn't met for more than a few months, huh?
Absolutely.
Our managers for the team, Gloria Wilhelm Nino and Nina Metzger, 2 other foreign exchange students. We're super happy to see the participation from our ladies from around the world. We hope that this season is something fantastic and that they'll remember when they go back to their respective countries. Our assistant coaches for the girls basketball team, Adam Haste, Jason Rubel, and Michael Dobbs, and head coach first year, Andrew Laughlin. And Laughlin is nothing short of able for this program because assistant coach for the past couple years, Laughlin just truly makes an impact and looks to have fantastic years and relationships with his girls.
Absolutely.
Good luck, girls basketball team.
And this is going to be a fun year. We're really young, and Coach Laughlin coming in, first year head coach, as you mentioned. This summer, I think he spent most of the summer recruiting.
Yeah.
And he's built up a roster full of some young players, but young, talented players that they're going to get a lot of experience this year, and that's going to carry them for several years into the future. It's really going to be a fun team to watch.
Absolutely, and we hope they have a great year. Moving on, we have the boys basketball team, the main men of the evening. Looks like so far on the floor we have freshman number 25, Hunter Paget. A freshman guard not pictured, Josh Lewis. A freshman guard, number 32, Caden Haste. A sophomore guard, number 31, Noah West. A sophomore guard, number 13, Phoenix Guffey. A sophomore guard, number 20, Bryson Stevens. A sophomore guard, and probably one of the standouts in that grade, number 2, Aiden Absher. And man, the jump he's made over this past couple years is absurd. Coming up next, we have a sophomore forward, number 33, Camden Carell. Oh, big and tall, about 6'5", number 24, sophomore forward, Aiden Collier. Moving into the rest of our sophomores, we have number 10, power forward, Cole Grundy. And Cole Grundy, man, he has a lot to live up to. Living up to the name of Cade and Cross Grundy and the legendary Phil Grundy that came before him. There might be a little bit of pressure on him to succeed in high school sports, wouldn't you say?
Oh, Cole would say that he's the best one to come.
He would say he's the best one. No stranger to the competition. The rest of the sophomores, we have Jacob Bartley, but he's busy tearing it up in football right now. It looks like we moved on to the seniors. Number 22, guard, Indrid Whitaker. A senior, number 3, guard, Ben Godby. Senior, number 12, guard, Jamison Coomer. A senior power forward, number 45, Wesley Carr. And wrapping it up, we have senior power forward, Collier White. The Jumpers are led in assistance by Matt Absher, Jake Cawthron, and Paul Young, and head coach, 3rd year in a row, Ryan Young. And Ryan Young has truly turned this program into something special because he came in a year that everyone thought was a rebuilding year, and he shocked the 12th region.
Just as we were talking about the girls' team being a young team, we're senior-led on the boys' side of the basketball, and a lot of talent with those seniors.
Yes, and it almost seems to be front-runnered by seniors Indrid Whitaker and Ben Godby, and they are nothing short of spectacular. Indrid, a sharpshooter, he'll make it from anywhere on the floor, and Ben, a do-it-all kind of guy. He'll splash a 3 in your face and then dunk on you, and next thing you know.
If you follow him on Twitter, you've seen a few dunks.
I've seen a few clips, and it's more spectacular to see it live when it comes off an Indrid Whitaker lob. I tell you what, those two's chemistry, it's just something to be afraid of. 12th region, watch out. Ben and Indrid are coming your way. And let's not forget about the other seniors that were led by Jamison Coomer. A transfer from PC of all places has truly made an impact with this team. A defensive specialist, I would say. Point guard, true leader of this team, and he's nothing shy of what it takes to be a hustle player. Collier White, coming back off of an injury, hit a season-ending ligament tear in his shoulder. Last year, missed his football season, missed most of his baseball season and all of his basketball season. So he's looking strong and fresh and ready to finish this season and make his senior year great. We'll watch him in a scrimmage, and he's a hustle player. Rebounding left and right, assisting, always looks to hit his teammates first.
Absolutely, and Collier is kind of stepping into the starting role. Like you said, coming off an injury last year. He's not going to have any time to kind of ease into it. He's
absolutely
going to be ready to go on night 1.
And yeah, Somerset's starting lineup looking a little small this year, more of a small ball, get down the floor quick kind of action. But if it works for the Briar Jumpers, then it works for me. I tell you what.
Hey, it's worked for UK pretty good this year, so we may be taking a page out of the Coach Calipari book of going 4 guards, maybe 1 forward.
Absolutely. And how about Reed Shepherd lately? I tell you what, dropping 25 points the other game. I mean, some would say he's UK's best player right now, and nobody thought he'd see the floor.
I think a lot would say that through the first 4 games.
He's kind of been their main man. Looks like the girls are on the floor warming up, doing a full court passing drill.
So I think that the boys are not going to scrimmage tonight. I'm not sure if the girls are going to scrimmage or if they're going to get out and just do some work. But the boys are not going to go on full-on scrimmage tonight. But we are going to get a little look at the girls' team here as you see them warming up, and you see that definitely a young team, but I see a lot of talent out there.
And after the girls' team warms up for the next few minutes, it looks like we're going to go into the warm-up for the boys' team. And then it seems like we have a special surprise in the mix coming up here in just a few minutes, followed up by a 3-point shooting contest. And I personally am taking Indrid Whitaker to win this thing.
That would be probably the safe bet.
You think the safe bet?
Indrid's been a sharp shooter ever since he's been at Somerset.
Since day one, it seems like. And, man, we hope to see these two succeed and this entire program succeed more than it ever has. And, you know, it's been a tough ending for the Briar Jumpers the past 3 seasons, not making it out of the first round of district, but we're completely looking to change that around and hopefully come away with the region title and compete at Rupp Arena on the UK's floor this season.
Oh, I think that the Briar Jumpers are no doubt going to be a team to be reckoned with in the 12th region. You know, looking across the region, I don't see a dominant team as there has been in the past few years. You know, actually there's been a couple of really dominant teams this year. I think the field is open a little bit more. And I think that we are right in the mix of, you know, those top 3-4 programs that on any given night, you know, anything can happen. And I think that we're going to get off to a good start early in the season. And I'm not sure, is Jameson full-on ready to go, or is he going to be out for a few games?
Jameson's been battling some injuries, but he's not a stranger to that. It seems like Jameson has an injury about every year, and it's truly from the hustle. It's a guy that works so hard and wants so much, and you hope to see him rewarded this season with a fantastic senior season. And stepping in, coming back after football, we have Josh Bruner. He'll be a junior this year, and he is leading the pack right now on the football team, playing quarterback and running that offense. And, of course, he's helped out by none other than our very own Cam Hughes. Oh. And Cam, I tell you what, a fantastic performance on Friday night. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, the guy can do it all. I've never seen anything like it.
It's been all season long, every game. Cam is stepping up. If it's not, normally he's running, but if it's not, he's catching them out of the backfield. He plays defense. He is doing it all, and it's been such a fun year because it really is a team. You know, there's playmakers all over the field. On a game that when Cam is not running the ball well, Josh Bruner's throwing it to him well. Chris Hughes, Cam's brother. I mean,
the dynamic duo, the Hughes boys.
Caden Samala has played great this year.
Absolutely.
The defense just as a whole, I mean, it's tough to pick up yards, much less points when you're facing Somerset this year. So we're looking forward to Friday night. We are going to be there streaming. Assuming everything goes well, we will be coming to you live from Owensboro Catholic in the semifinal matchup with the trip to Kroger Field on the line.
Yep, high stakes, high prize. Everything is looking forward for the Briar Jumpers right now. We're not looking back. Of course, a magnificent win last Friday, 56-20 over Shelby Valley, a team that was said to be pretty tough, but it looks like they weren't tough enough for the Briar Jumpers. We're looking to keep that same momentum and energy going into for next Friday. And what do you think the key to success is? I mean, anyone could say scoring more points, but I think getting the ball to Cam and letting him do his thing is kind of our key.
Yeah, if we have more points at the end of the game, I think that is, you know, the number one key. But absolutely, I mean, feed it to your workhorse, let Cam Hughes do his thing, and send us to Kroger Field.
Absolutely.
We've
Looks
got
like
the boys coming out on the court now. as they are going through the layup line. And I would not doubt if Ben Godby doesn't finish this off with a dunk.
Switching sides, it looks like it's going to come from the left side, of course. The Briar Jumpers with their infamous figure 8 around the court. We'll get into layup lines here soon, I bet. And it looks like it's Ben Godby finishing it off. Oh,
he was
close.
up there. He was up there. He didn't finish it off, but he was up there.
Speaking of something to be reckoned with, I don't think I would jump with Ben on any given day. Looks like here in just a few minutes we're going to get into that special surprise I was talking about and then to our three-point shooting contest. And thanks again. We'd like to remind you, thank you for joining us on the YouTube live stream. Somerset Athletics will be here for most home game events, away games, and especially come to us next Friday since the drive to Owensboro Catholic is so far. Should be there streaming. Should be have a great evening. Hopefully come away with a win. And then we'll see you guys at Kroger Field, hopefully.
That's the plan. I can't wait to have a chance to go to Kroger Field. I mean, I just as a fan, as a teacher, as part of the community, it just football kind of brings that community together, and it's fun playing football over Thanksgiving. I'll say that.
Looks like the Briar Jumpers will be doing layups from the left side. And Ryan Young, coming from Garrett County, a former Lincoln County High School player and Union College standout. He knows his stuff inside and out. He can do the basketball. And we just saw Ben Godby throw down a back-scratching dunk in warm-ups. Away teams, watch out for this guy.
Coach Young, you touched on, he really has done an amazing job with this program. His first year taking over, we were a very young team. And I think he really outperformed that year. I don't think that a lot of people in the region expected, one, the number of wins that we had, but also just the tough matchups. I mean, there were a lot of games that we didn't come away with a win, but the other team knew that we were there and knew that next year was going to be, a tall task, and had a very good first two seasons. And now, as we talked about, he's got a little bit of a senior-led team. But let's not forget about the sophomores on this team. This team is kind of all seniors, all sophomores.
Absolutely.
It's not an evenly spread out, and the sophomores have some talent. They're going to make some noise as well.
Absolutely, and it feels like the sophomores are led at mainly in command by number 2, Aiden Absher. And Aiden's just like Ben, a kind of do-it-all kind of guy. You hit him in the corner, he'll knock down the three. He'll get up there and grab a rebound, he'll block you, and then he'll hit a layup right on you before you even saw it coming.
Here's some defensive slides coming out.
And defense, a key aspect in the game of basketball, and Somerset is no stranger to sitting down in a chair and doing that defense, right?
Oh, and I know Coach Young he's a defensive-minded coach. Although he, as a player, he was probably known more for his scoring and his point guard abilities.
Absolutely.
But defense is a key to him.
And as a former player of his, I can tell you are absolutely right. Defense is no stranger in Somerset's practices.
All right, fans, let's make some noise.
All right, it looks like we're getting into a slight little dunk show, mainly led by Ben Godby. I don't know if there's anyone else on Somerset's roster who can throw down a dunk, but it looks like we're going to find out. And Ben with a 360 dunk, it's good. And to see the progress Ben's put in since freshman year is almost astronomical. From going to barely even be able to touch the net to being able to throw it down in a 360 dunk, it's something to be afraid of.
And effortlessly. I mean, he got that one to roll. He was above the rim on that one. I think it hit the rim on the
Looks like we have Aiden Absher coming up to attempt a dunk.
I think Aiden can throw one down.
There he goes.
There he goes.
The dunk is good, a one-handed off 1 foot. Collier White with a through the legs, lob to Ben Godby.
Throwing it down. And Ben really does. He makes it look effortlessly. I mean.
Oh, and Collier White just short of the prize.
Well, I think Wesley was. I don't know if Wesley Carr was supposed to be helping him there or if he was supposed to
Looks
be
like number 10,
him.
Cole Grundy. Oh, not quite.
He got rim.
What do we have here? A baseline lob off the side of the backboard. Not quite.
Didn't get it down, but it looked good. Tried again.
And it's good the second time.
Well, I think if this was in the truest sense a dunk competition, I don't know that there's much of a. All right, I see. I couldn't see because of the railing in front of us. Wesley was trying to give Collier a little boost there.
Looks like to no avail. It looks like coming up next, we got the three-point competition. Looks like for the Somerset Bride Jumper boys basketball team, we have representing us number 45, a senior, Wesley Carr, number 22, Indrid Whitaker, number 3, Ben Godby, and number 2, a sophomore, Aiden Absher. Looks like the girls are led by number 11, Maddie Cooper, number 21, I believe, Serenity Haynes, number 13, Devin Hurt, and number 12, Sophie Barnes. It looks like potentially we might have number 35, Sarah White, join the mix with us.
Who's your money on?
I would take the safe bet of Indrid, and it looks like Sophie are teammates.
Oh, they're going to be teammates.
Yes, it looks like.
Okay, well, I thought they were going against each other, and I was going to say that Indrid was going to be my favorite to win, but if I had to pick a second, I may go Sophie Barnes, but if they're going to be on the same team.
I think it's lights out. And Sophie taking the reins of this team mainly because the rest of our girls either graduated or unfortunately moved to other schools. But Sophie, no stranger to danger, taking the role and hopefully has a wonderful season.
All right, we got a three-point shooting competition. Let's see who can make the most threes in 1 minute.
All right, and we're starting Indrid and Sophie starting off hot. Looks like Wesley
Who's
Carr
on
and
the
Maddie
other
Cooper
end?
struggling to hit the mark. I don't believe Indrid's missed
go.
yet.
Right.
Indrid 3 for 3 on the night. Sophie
There's
banged
Wesley
one.
Carr knocks one in.
Oh,
Carr's
Indrid's.
got 2. Carr for 3. No, he got 2 in a row.
And Indrid Whitaker truly heating up.
Wesley with another one. Wesley with the 4th one. Wesley's on fire.
And Wesley Carr, no stranger
that's
to
in
the
and out.
three-point line. It's almost his go-to. Looks like Indrid Whitaker with the pull-up,
Carr with another.
just short.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
And you
Carr
look at
just
the
hit
form
another
of
one.
some of these shooters, and you
Carr with another.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so it looks like Indrid
and Sophie take the cake on this one. Up
you
next,
said lights out. That was pretty close. That was 13-9.
Up next, it looks like we have Ben Godby and Devin Hurt versus Serenity Haynes and Aiden Absher. It looks like joining us up here in the
Wow.
stands, we have a senior representative of the basketball team himself, Mr. Collier White.
While they come on, Collier's going to join us, and Collier sees us every day in practice. So, who you got here, Collier?
I think Indrid Whitaker is always the right option. He's won 2 years in a row, and he just does his thing every time.
And it's a lights-out shooter, I tell you what. Now, Collier, tell us a little bit about your injury that you had last season that prevented you from playing with us last season.
Last year during football season, I'm not really good at taking hits, I guess. I got hit in a game against Corbin and had to get shoulder surgery, but I'm glad to be back out again this year and just lucky to be around for the ride,
Yeah, and Collier coming back to fill that starting 5 role. Tell us a little bit about that. Your facial reaction tells me you're a little surprised.
I really don't. I said earlier in the season, I don't care what my role is. I'm a play to my role, even if that's sitting on the bench. I don't care. I just do whatever I can to help the team win.
Right, and a true team player here. It looks like the other night in the scrimmage you had, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, or maybe something like that?
Yeah, call me high school Nikola Jokic. That's all I got.
High school Nikola Jokic, a rebound and get it out kind of guy. And it seems like you have plenty of help on the perimeter if you get a rebound and kick out. You've got Indrid, you've got Ben, you've got Cole, and you've got Aiden. All liable options to knock down a 3.
Yeah, whenever you get the rebound, I know whoever I pass it to has the ability to make the shot. So
Absolutely.
I'm never really worried about it.
I'm not quite sure who took away this one.
All right, so Hurt and Godby, I believe, may have pulled away at the end. I'm not sure. They hit 2 at the end, but I'm not sure about the final score.
Now we're going to have a 20-second tiebreaker.
It looks like they tied.
It looks like it's a
they
tie.
did.
Now, Collier, it seems like we have a pretty tough schedule going into this season. Looks like Coach Young is trying to make an impact and play some tough teams to get ready for that postseason environment. What game do you think is going to be the toughest matchup?
There's a lot of them. We play Danville Christian. They got a couple of near 7-footers on their team.
Yeah, and preseason ranked number 1 too. That's got to say something for them.
They're gonna be a tough team. I think we got all the pieces to win any game against any team we play, but you got to be ready for teams like that. You got to be ready to guard the size and to be the aggressor.
They may have 2 7-footers, but they don't have Collier White. down in the middle. So
Yeah, but we don't have. If I was 6'11", I'd agree. But
And absolutely. So it seems like right now the Briar Jumpers are suffering the injury of Jamison Coomer. Tell us a little bit about Jamison's impact on the floor.
He just brings hustle every single day in practice. He should be back pretty soon. He's just having some shin problems, but he should be back pretty soon. And he hustles. He every single day, he's going to come in and give his hardest. And I love playing with someone like Jackson.
And absolutely. We said clamps, defensive specialist, truly. This guy will give it his all night in and night out. Well, Collier, we want to thank you for coming up here and talking to us. We wish you best of luck on your season, and go get him.
Thank you.
All right.
So back on the court, Haynes and Absher, I think,
pulled away from the tie.
The tiebreaker. So now they're going against Sophie and Indrid for the final, I guess.
Absolutely.
And it looks like that Indrid and Sophie are up 10-5 right now with about 40 seconds left.
And it seems like my bet is coming to fruition. Indrid Whitaker is making it rain down there on the far side of the court, and we look to see this all season long.
Making it rain on this end of the
court.
So
wow.
She's just hit 3 in a row.
Could have come back be in process.
Making it tight.
20 seconds left. It looks like Indrid's team is up 16-11. Still plenty of time for a comeback. And Aiden and Serenity, no stranger to the three-point line.
Looks like Indrid and Sophie are going to take the crown tonight.
And this is Indrid's third year straight winning the three-point competition. If that doesn't amount to his ability, I don't know what else will.
Well, he is a sharpshooter, so I don't know if you can see this on the camera here, but Coach Laughlin is out on the court, has his daughter out on the court, pumping the team up before they go back out on the court.
Absolutely, and looking through the stands, I see several Briar Jumper alumni. The community support is unreal, and we want to thank you guys for everything that you do. Seeing the alumni come back, excited to come to their alma mater, is something special that a lot of schools say that they don't have.
And that's something with our technical difficulties with the audio coming on tonight, we didn't get to talk about, but what a chili supper before the scrimmage tonight, or before meeting the athletes.
Looks like the girls have a three-man weave going on.
And I know that tonight we are here to talk about the basketball teams, the cheerleading, swimming. You're following winter sports, and obviously with football, still going on in a big game this Friday. We've talked about them. But let's go back to a team that you're on, Jesse. The boys and the girls soccer teams had unbelievable seasons this year. The girls fell short to kind of a powerhouse West Jessamine, and you all fell short in the region championship to West Jessamine by, I don't know what it's called in soccer, but on the football field it's like inches. I know that's not in soccer, but it felt like the game was as close as it possibly could be.
The game really came down to a guy wearing a green and black striped shirt. And I hate to blame it on the calls, but man, I've never seen one worse than to end my soccer career. And the Briar Jumpers boys soccer team ended their season 21-4, 4 losses to top state competition.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's
taking on Louisville Collegiate in the Final Four of the All-State tournament, losing that game just by an inch, and looking to carry that into next season. The Somerset boys soccer team is led by superstars Andrew Tomlinson, Tyson Absher, and Landon Lineski, and these three guys can do it all. Andrew, the man in the middle, he'll get it all done night in and night out. Tyson, the leading goal scorer, top 10 goal scorer in the state this past season. And of course, there's the man himself, 6'8" goalie, Landon Lineski. And these three boys are juniors looking to go into their senior season strong. And they recently traveled down to Florida to play in an international Rush Cup tournament. And that's something that several of us.
I don't know how it went. But
I don't know about results, but I know that just what an honor it is to say that I played with three incredible players such as that.
And they really are. They're three of the top players in the state. So
absolutely, three all-state selections
for another deep run next year. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's 9 district championships.
Absolutely. The last time, fun fact, that Somerset lost the district championship, I, a senior, was in 3rd grade. So it's been a few years since Somerset's lost that chip.
That's all you've ever known.
Absolutely.
And on the girls, back to the court here. I think maybe she came in late because I don't know that I saw her during the introductions. It's a little bit hard to tell from here, but Tori Robertson, we haven't really mentioned her name tonight, but she is going to be a key part of this team.
And a well-rounded athlete. Tori leads the team in the girls soccer team. She's the standout all-star kind of player. And looks like coming up in the stands we have Mr. Jameson Coomer. Jameson, why don't you grab a seat with us?
What's going on, buddy?
Now, Jameson, we were just talking about Collier looking into this basketball season. What is the expectation as far as what do we hope to accomplish this season?
I mean, we hope to accomplish a lot. We got, region, All-A, and stuff like that. I mean, it's a big season for us.
Yeah, and Somerset having a rough past 3 years, not making it out of the district tournament. Do we hope to turn that around this year?
Yeah, I hope so. Big time.
Absolutely.
Rockcastle is definitely put one on us for sure.
Yeah, they've put one on us the past few years, and hopefully we hope to upset that and hopefully take the region and compete for a state tournament this year because we've got the cards to do it. Now, Jameson, you typically play the point guard role on this Broward Jumper basketball squad, but you're currently injured. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man, I went out last year with stress fractures in my shin, and back in preseason they started flaring up on me again, and I should be back here in about a week or two. I got my insoles made, so hopefully that helps me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked with Collier about how much hustle and effort you bring to the floor. The defensive intensity is something that you're never short of. And looking in as a senior, leading this team, taking charge, especially as a guy coming from our crosstown rival Pulaski, you hope to put one on them this season and come away with 2 wins, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a big season. Big season for sure.
Absolutely. And Jameson, what would you say is a key part of your game? What do you look to provide to this team the most?
Man, dude, all I want to do is play literally the hardest I can, get my assists. I love passing the ball. I'm not a score-first guy. I love passing the ball.
Absolutely.
It's what I love to do. And if I can just shut the player down I'm guarding, that's a win for me.
That's enough
for you.
And
then we win the game. That's all that matters too. So.
Yeah. And I know Coach Young loves to hear that, loves the pass-first mentality coming from his point guard. How's he preparing you, and even into last year when you were injured and kind of off the court? What did you learn? Because I know that I've had conversations with you where you were kind of almost on the coaching staff last year. So how do you think that has helped you come in to lead in this senior year?
Man, dude, he's prepared me a lot. Back in my sophomore year, I was not running the point guard. Logan Purcell was running it, and towards the end of the year, I got to run the point guard, and he told me, he's like, you're going to be running the point guard for the next 2 years. And I was like, okay. I mean, I used to be point guard all my life, but I was like, varsity level is a big difference. And he's really honestly prepared me a lot with ball handling at practice every day and stuff like that. So it's going to be big.
Absolutely. And Jameson, we were talking about the various different threats that you have to pass the ball to. We talked with Collier when he gets a rebound, he's got lethal options to kick out. We've got Ben, we've got Indrid, we've got Aiden. Cole can knock some threes down. And we've seen that you can knock some threes down too, right?
Yeah, if my shot's going.
Yeah.
If my shot's going. But yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, we got our 2 best scorers has been and Indrid. So I mean, as long as we play team ball, I mean, it's going to be a great season.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to. When's the first game? Next Monday, I believe.
Yes, next Monday.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it, and we hope that the Broward Jumpers come away with a region title and hopefully a state title. Jameson, well, thank you for coming up with us and talking to us. We appreciate it, and good luck this season.
Best of luck this year. So the girls are getting a little action in with. I don't know what this drill is called.
It looks like a 3-on-2, 2-on-1 sort of thing. And this drill, getting the ball down the floor, hitting the open teammate, and trying to move that ball around and get the shot up.
Constantly focusing on pushing the ball down the floor. So
absolutely.
Off of a make or a miss, they're pushing it down to defenders that are waiting on them, and then immediately coming back to the other end.
Absolutely. And looking out into the stands, I see several football players, and we can't emphasize enough the excitement going into next Friday, competing for a chance to play at Kroger Field. And Somerset, no stranger to playing there. We won the state title about 4 years ago, 2019, led by UK quarterback Kaya Sharon, UK linebacker Jace Bruner, and standout Louisville baseball player Cade Grundy. And these guys took charge when it needed to happen and came away with the biggest trophy of them all.
And an absolute epic ending to the
Absolutely.
game. Like you couldn't write a story, any more than that ending. With the final play, time has expired. You have one play, and it's a win or lose. I mean, you win it or you lose it on that one play. And I've talked to Kaya, or I've heard him say after that he knew the play and he knew what the defense was running, and he knew that his receiver was going to be open. It just was him throwing it, the receiver catching it, and coming away with a state championship.
Absolutely, and we can't forget the man that made it all happen, the late coach Robbie Lucas. We're very, very blessed to have had him on our coaching staff for several years. Coach Robbie truly made an impact through each of our players, and you could see it in the impact that they made in his lives.
An absolute legend, and like you said, so many former players, still speaks of the legend and the impact that he had on them. And coaches around the state have just, absolutely, held him in such high regard. And that is a testament to his legacy. So absolutely.
Absolutely. Not sure quite what we're getting into next, but it could be the girls' team scrimmage.
We hope to get one of the girls' players up here.
Yes, absolutely.
We've had a couple of the boys up here, and we haven't had girls, but that's because they've been on the floor and, more so than the boys, and so we haven't been able to get one free yet, but we hope to bring one up.
It looks like we're having a brief intermission with the Somerset High School dance team. And like we said, no stranger to the competition, taking home several recent wins lately.
Dance team performing, as we've talked about, they have had some competitions this year. They've done very well. They are really bringing it tonight, bringing the energy to the crowd.
And speaking of energy, that's something you find throughout every sport, every team, every club and organization that Somerset holds. The community is truly awesome, and the energy, that purple and gold pride, is something that is never missed in events like this.
Oh, absolutely. I came here about 4 years ago and was just blown away with the tradition, the community support. As far as student enrollment in the school, it's a small school, but you would not be able to tell that out in the community. Every time I have Briar Jumper gear on, just out in the community, always get a Go Jumpers, get a story about I graduated in 85. I graduated in 72. It's definitely a community full of tradition and full of just investment into the young people of Somerset High School. I am efforting head principal Jeff Wesley to come up and give us kind of a preview for the season, but
Absolutely.
I don't know if we'll be able to get a hold of him before we go off the air tonight.
And we'll kick up our night off with a boys scrimmage. Coaches and scrimmage drills.
Looks like there will be no boys scrimmage tonight, unfortunately, due to some recent injuries in the community, but we are looking at some drills. And the high intensity you see is present in every single practice. It's never changing.
And you talked about some injuries in the community. We definitely want to extend our well wishes, and I don't know the extent of the injury that happened to the PC player on, was it Thursday night? But you never want to see even rivals. It's fun, but you want everyone to be healthy and just to kind of play the game and have a good effort, a good competition. And so our hearts and prayers are out to the PC family.
Absolutely. Looks like joining us up here we have Sophie Barnes.
How you doing, Sophie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You were shooting lights out up there.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be a three-point champion?
It's Feels great. Feels great.
Now, were you teamed up with Injured last year when he won it?
Yes,
So this
I
is you're no stranger to the victory that it incurs.
Yes, yes.
Back-to-back defending champs.
Yeah.
Well, Sophie, coming into this season, is this your sophomore or junior season?
This is my sophomore
Sophomore season?
Yeah.
Okay. And looking like the leader of the team, Coach Laughlin's first year as head coach, what is the expectation going into this season?
Just to, like, where everything's changed so much, just to, like, try and make everybody feel a part of the team.
Absolutely.
But also work hard and give effort.
Yeah, and it looks
all the
like we
time.
have a young roster with the lone senior being Tuva Bramberg.
Very
and so tell us about how that impacts the team.
It impacts the team because, like, I think there's a difference between, like, age maturity and on the court, like, your chemistry between people.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like you're having to, like, change the way you play, but in a positive way because you're all learning.
Yeah.
Sophie, you're no stranger to playing at a young age.
No.
What year does this? You're a sophomore, but what year does it make it playing
This
on the
is
varsity team?
My 4th year.
So
Yeah.
you are just a sophomore, but you are providing some strong leadership for the team.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. So looking into this season, looks like a great schedule going ahead of us. What game are you most excited to play?
I'm excited to play Russell County, but it's because a girl on their team I used to play travel ball with and
Yeah.
grew up with, so it's kind of fun to, like, watch from being on the same team to, like, playing
Absolutely.
each other. So, yeah.
Yeah. And
what I'm
Sophie,
excited for.
what would you say is the key part of your game? What do you do to make an impact on the team most?
Well, I just try to, like, bring everybody in on the court and, like, talk in a positive way. So, like, when we're communicating on the court, like, don't be condescending.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I try and lift people up.
Yeah, and you love to see that on a team, a leader who does it in a positive way,
Right.
reinforcing her teammates
Right.
and getting the job done, hopefully night in and night out.
Exactly.
Now,
We just
Sophie,
talked about the leadership that she's showing. Yeah, you gotta love hearing that. On a young team,
Right.
But having leaders like sophomore Sophie, keeping everybody together, keeping everybody positive, and especially with that young team, I think
Right.
it's easy to get down. If the shot's not falling, if whatever, and you need someone there saying, "Look, your shot's not falling, but you can still play defense. You
Exactly.
can still rebound. You can still make the hustle plays."
Right.
absolutely. So tell me a little bit about Coach Laughlin. What kind of energy does he bring to this practice? I've had him in class, and I know that he is no stranger to energy.
He is a positive guy. Like, he is an amazing person. He's an awesome coach, and he, like, brings everybody up. Like,
Yeah.
And when he's, like, reinforcing things, it's, like, in a critical way, but positively.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to, like, explain it, but it's effective.
Yeah, and a
Very.
coach that's goal is to build confidence in his players is truly awesome.
Exactly.
It's a truly special thing to have in a coach, especially on his first year of head coaching.
Right,
And
he
I know
really
he
cares.
coached with you last year as the
Yes,
assistant coach
yes.
to Coach McWhorter. But looking into his head coaching season, do you think he's got what it takes to get the job done?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He kind of embodies the team as far as it's a young team. He's
Yeah.
a young head coach. But I think just as we're talking about the team, he also brings that kind of maturity, that head coach
Exactly.
of, working with you all for the
Right.
past couple of years. But also he was an assistant coach at Williams. I always get it.
Yeah, it's-
Williamstown.
I think it's
in Northern
Williamstown,
Kentucky.
yeah.
And I know that he was, a great coach up there. And so
Right.
he brings a lot of experience and brings a lot of that kind of calmness as,
Right.
for a first-year head coach.
Yes. He's awesome. He really is.
We're
Yeah.
definitely excited to have him, and we are very excited and looking forward to this year, seeing what you can do
Thank
on
you.
the court. Sophie, thank you for coming up and talking to us.
Thank you all.
Have a great season.
Absolutely.
You too. Thank
Good luck.
you guys. Okay. You want me to go get Tori? Is that what-
Yes, it'd be great.
Looks like the boys are in some shooting drills, pump fake, pull up. And this is no stranger to the Briar Jumper offense. It's a very mobile and agile team.
I've seen some of I haven't been to a practice, but I've seen some of the huddle videos from practice. And, I've walked through the gym a couple of times during practice. And it certainly seems like this team is focused every practice. It seems like that they are working on these fundamental things of, running a smooth offense, getting a good shot. And with the shooters on the team, I think that's going to be a very important aspect this year, is to make sure that we have a good shot every time down the court, because we've got shooters. We know that we can score, but we want to make sure that it's the best shot, that's available.
Absolutely. Looks like joining us up here we have Miss Tori Robertson.
Tori Robertson, not only an absolutely phenomenal basketball player, but just finishing up an absolutely phenomenal soccer season. So we were just talking about that a few minutes ago. So congratulations on a great soccer season as a team, and also your individual accolades that you have
thank
received.
you. Appreciate it.
And now we're looking forward to the basketball season. What's it like kind of transitioning in, going from soccer, now you're getting into basketball, kind of that quick transition? What's that like?
Yeah, it's a change. I mean, it's a completely different atmosphere, but I'm excited and ready for the season.
Yeah, so Tori, we know that you're a standout soccer player and just phenomenal on the field. Do you hope to have the same impact on the basketball team?
Yeah, I mean, I hope I can do what's best for my team and play the roles that my team needs in basketball.
Yeah, so piggybacking off of that, what would you say is your role on the team? As a junior, one of the upperclassmen on the team, not having many seniors, you got to fill in that role somehow.
Yeah, I think just being a leader, being a good role model on the court, and setting a good example for the underclassmen.
Absolutely. We just talked to Sophie, and she kind of said the same thing.
Yeah.
So talking about Coach Laughlin, it's his first year as head coach. And did you play last year under Coach McWhorter?
Yes.
Absolutely?
Yeah.
So what would you say is Coach Laughlin's mindset going into this season? What impact does he bring to you guys?
I'm really grateful for Coach Laughlin. I think he's just so passionate about his job. He puts so much time into it, and I couldn't be more grateful for everything he's put into changing our team and building a new culture.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see the energy that he has day in and day out.
Absolutely.
And it's awesome to see the connection that you have with the boys basketball team as well. The coaches being the best of friends. It's awesome to see. So looking into the season, what do you think the goals are going in?
I think the goals are like what I said, to build a new culture. I mean, we faced a lot of adversity from last season, but yeah, I think just to have a successful season and build positive mindsets.
Absolutely. Well, Tori, we want to wish you the best of luck on this season.
Thank
and
you.
have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tori.
Do you need somebody else?
All right. All right, so we are going to have, I think, another girl come up momentarily, but that's going to kind of end the on-court activities for this year as the 2023-2024 Meet the Jumpers wraps up, and we just look forward to the seasons coming up this year.
Absolutely.
We were talking about Coach Laughlin while we're waiting on to see if we can get another player. We were talking about Coach Laughlin's positivity, and that's just infectious, and I think that's going to be so important with this young team. Staying positive and feeding off that from your head coach.
Absolutely.
Just to make there's going to be some bumps in the road with such a young team, but to maintain that positivity and that growth, I'm really looking forward to a good season from both teams.
Absolutely. Not sure if we're going to get someone else up here.
All right, we will stay on just a second because we're looking down, kind of heading into the girls' locker room. And I see a couple players, but I can't tell if they're coming up this way or not. So we'll hang on just a minute and see if they do. And if not, we will sign off. We do want to remind you, Friday night, we will be live from Owensboro as the Somerset Briar Jumpers take on Owensboro Catholic in the semifinals of the the Class 2A football state championship, with a trip to Kroger Field on the line.
Yep.
That's going to be exciting, a fun-filled game. And I think outsiders would probably not give us a big chance or a great chance of coming away with the win, but that's kind of been the MO all season. I mean, I don't know that anybody outside the field house would have truly believed that we were going to be in the semifinals.
Absolutely. And you see it cross town, the other teams, the 5A schools, Pulaski and Southwestern, not making it as far as the Briar Jumpers. That's kind of shocking considering all the hype that surrounded them. It's incredible to see that legacy that the Briar Jumpers have still lasting.
And it's a testament to the effort on the field. I mean, as you said, on paper, thoughts, before the season, wouldn't have predicted the Jumpers going as far as they have, made it this far. And I don't think that they are satisfied. I think that they're going to come out this Friday night with the same mindset of, going even farther. So,
absolutely.
All right. I don't think that we're going to get one of the players, so we are going to sign off tonight unless Mr. Jeff Wesley is coming up. And so I teased that we may have him on the broadcast. He's making his way up to the top. We're in the crow's nest up here, so we are going to have head principal Jeff Wesley come on and talk about the excitement from this year. Good evening, Mr. Wesley.
Good evening. Oh, I'm fantastic. Love some Briar Jumper, Meet the Jumper night.
Yeah, so Mr. Wesley, the principal at Somerset High School, how many years does this make for you?
This is my 6th year back at SHS. Of course, 1 year as an assistant principal, and somebody's left me in charge since then.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were kind of talking with players from the different sports about the expectations going into this year, and what do you hope to see from our various different sports teams?
Well, I think it's been a great fall so far. All of fall athletics have had great seasons, winning seasons, represented us well, and I think that's the best you can hope for is go out, demonstrate what it is to be a Briar Jumper, show some pride, show some class, give it your best, leave it all on the court, the field, whatever it is, and just represent to the fullest, and that's what they've done. Looking forward to some winter sports, wrestling, swim, basketball, all the above.
Yeah.
So
How
it'll be
fun is it to be, principal of a school that, this year we have had, some fantastic seasons and looking forward to more fantastic seasons in the winter and on into the spring. You have obviously a lot of things going on under your control. How fun is it just to have some kind of the dominant seasons that we've had so far?
Oh, it's awesome. It's I describe it being like grandpa. I kind of come in and tussle everybody's hair and get them upset, and then I can walk out. But it's so fun to come into the gym, to the fields. I watch it. These are like my kids, to a degree, obviously, and to just sharing the success, sharing the moments. If you see me on the sidelines, when we end a soccer game, Jesse and PKs, and I'm screaming, let's ride along with the kids. I try not to criticize officials and things like that, but I'm right there in the moment and love every second of it.
Yeah, and so we were talking about going into the boys basketball season. We're kind of led by the front runners, Injured and Ben. Tell us a little bit about what you hope to see from those guys this season.
Oh, man, just leadership. I saw it tonight already. They're setting the tone. You watch the drills. Ben, is just that intensity is there from the get-go. Touch passes are crisp. Somebody's slacking. He calls their name. And that's leadership. I remember playing. I was no Ben Godby, I'll tell you that. But I remember that. Just you respect those guys that lead by example, that work hard. Those two work their tails off in the off season, and they've assured themselves a quality season by the work that they've put in, and they've earned the respect of all their teammates. I don't think anybody on the court, on the bench, is going to hesitate to fall in line with the example those guys set. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is just seeing that leadership and really the fruition of their hard work. Plus, I'm looking forward to some Ben Godby hops on display.
Absolutely.
As they were tonight.
We got to see some tonight. That speaking of them specifically, but a lot of our athletes across the sports have just truly high character. They are,
for sure,
getting after it in the classroom and on the academic side. And that just makes, as a teacher, it just makes it even more fun when you come out and cheer for them, and the celebrations that they've had through the week in the classroom, or on ACT, or getting accepted into colleges, and then the impact that they have on the court or the field. It kind of makes you really, really prideful for them.
Oh yeah, I think it makes it it adds a whole nother element to it. You want to cheer for those guys and those girls because they're setting the example, like you said, in the classroom. You pull the average GPA of all of our athletic programs, and I think it's going to be impressive. There's no such thing as a dumb jock, and certainly not at Somerset High School. These student athletes, they're setting that example, and that's, like you said, it just adds an element that makes you want to cheer for them and want to see them succeed that much more. You got guys like Jesse over here that are setting just a good example in, all of the organizations, FCA, First Priority, all the clubs that these kids are involved in. They're just doing it at every level. And, I mean, that's what we want to see as Somerset graduates. You know, what is a Briar Jumper? A Briar Jumper is a leader. And, you know, they put their best into everything. They take that personal ownership, and it leads them in the classrooms, and it leads them out here on the courts and fields of competition.
You know, there's only one club that I know of that Jesse is not involved in or hasn't been involved in, and I'm trying to change that this year.
Okay.
I'm trying to get him involved in DECA. I mean,
I see where that's going.
I know that he.
No one sells free donuts like Jesse Hampton. Absolutely not. I've seen the sales pitch. It's top shelf. We got to get this guy racking up some DECA awards.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to this Friday, the Briar Jumper football team has truly made a statement throughout the state, competing and winning at a high level. We're looking into the Final Four of the KHSAA 2A state tournament. We really hope to see a win. How excited are you for our football team to compete?
Oh my gosh, man! It's been such a season. You know, just being honest, I think if you ask a lot of people in the summertime, hey, where's Somerset football going to be in November? And I don't know if they're going to say where we're at right now, but Coach Clevenger and the crew and the players and the parents, everybody that supports that program have just been, you know, top shelf. They're phenomenal, and those boys have worked hard. I mean, you know, those 6 a.m.s, I'm sure there was mornings. It's hard to roll out of bed at 5:30 and get ready and get in the gym, and they put in the work. They're seeing the result of that hard work because, you know, we've got some that have had some exceptional seasons, but you know, not all of those guys are getting, you know, just letter after letter from D1 schools. But, man, they have just put in the work, and they're seeing the benefit of it, you know, in the postseason. And, you know, I think back to the 2019 team, you know, was my first year as principal, which, of course, I like to associate, you know, with my administration.
Absolutely.
I had nothing to do with that. Great coaches, great players, and all those things. But, you know, just I remember that feeling of momentum and the excitement of, like, we can do this. We might be able to do this. We might be able to kind of break the curse, so to speak, and bring home that first football state championship, and they did, of course. And this team, last week to me was the big momentum builder. You know, to use the mathematical term, it was an exponential increase of enthusiasm. I thought just you know, people weren't sure. We haven't seen Shelby Valley. We haven't played them since, you know, 2019, and what's that game going to look like? And it was phenomenal. It was Jumpers on top from the beginning. So I was so proud of them, and like you said, the momentum has built, and everybody's so excited for this next game at Owensboro Catholic. And yeah, we'll be on the road, but we'll bring some Briar Jumper class to the Northern Kentucky region up there.
Absolutely, and as we've said, we will be back here streaming it live with Collier White and Coach Andrew Laughlin taking a night off from the court and going to be back in the broadcast booth. So, Mr. Wesley, thanks for coming up here and joining us as we wrap up Meet the Jumpers 23-24. Make sure that you tune in Friday night as the Somerset Briar Jumpers travel to Owensboro Catholic for a trip to Kroger Field on the line.